And we are back. Power Rankings, Week 5 edition. Starting out, we're just going to get right into it. At number 32, staying the same, we got the Chicago Bears. How you choked a 21-point lead against the Broncos? I don't know. But because of that, and specifically because of that, and also because I said whoever lost out of that game would more than likely be number 32, here you are. Again, for how many weeks? Is this 4 in a row now? No. It's only been 2 weeks, honestly. Not as bad as I thought it was. But come on, man. Get it together, Bears. Even though you're in the division, I don't want you to end up with, these top-tier picks. Speaking of, at number 31, we have the Panthers. You too, do better. You're going down a spot. What sucks for you is you don't even have your first-round pick. You end up losing a game you should have won because, you choked it away. But you're the Panthers. And I'm starting to have doubts about Bryce Young this season. And I don't understand why teams do this unless they're so sold on him, where they just throw their rookie QB into the fire and let's see what happens. You don't sign Andy Dalton for no reason. Use him. He legit played your best game against the Seahawks, a pretty solid team. Use Andy Dalton. You might actually do decent, and, you might want to do decent considering you don't have your first. Nothing's going to change if you let Bryce Young sit. Let him develop. Don't just throw him in. At number 30, we have the Broncos going up a spot. Congrats. That's all there is. Congrats. You beat the Bears by, 3 points? 31-28? Yeah. You were down 28-7. I like the fight you gave towards the end, but I'm just not sold on you because, you're the Broncos. I can't be sold on you. I was like, man, this team might be good because they got Sean Payton now. But Sean Payton has looked horrible. Russ has not looked like he was going to take that next step that everyone thought he was going to. Granted, he has looked severely better than he did last season, but he's not looking like old Russ. So, truly unfortunate. Number 29 going nowhere. They're staying the same. We got the Raiders. By the way, I quickly forgot to mention the Bears and the Panthers are 0-4. The Raiders and the Broncos are 1-3. Raiders, there's not much to say about you, man. You lost yet another game. Not only did you lose, granted 24-17 for rookie quarterback is very solid, but the big thing is the fact that you kept it close while I don't even know how many sacks you allowed, but you allowed 6 sacks for Khalil Mack. 6. That is only, 5 players have done that, and he's one of the 5? He was one away from tying a record in the whole entire NFL. You allowed 6 sacks in one game to the same player? That's not great. If you figure that out, you win that game more than likely. Figure it out, Raiders, man. I don't believe in you, but I'm hoping for you. That makes sense. 28, we have the Giants are going to be 1-3 as well. They're going to be going down a spot. 24-3 loss. You were one of the teams I thought was going to upset this week, and you failed to do that. I'm kind of quickly realizing that this Giants team is not who we thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to drastically improve off of last season's great success, but right now it's not looking that way. Giants, you are a team I believe can turn it around, but, you gotta do it now. Because, you're running out of room, and it's already only week 5. Granted, I'm pretty sure you're on a bye week this week. I'm looking at the games. I know there's 4 teams on a bye week. Oh, no, you're playing the Dolphins. Yeah, good luck. 27, we got the Cardinals. They're going to be going up a spot. They're 1-3. Granted, you do end up losing. It's very unfortunate. Granted, I don't think anyone really thought you're going to win. 35-16 is not like a great score looking at it, but you guys actually played pretty solid against the 49ers. So that's good. The only concern is, like I said, you're just a bad roster. It's not so about, how good your coach is. Your coach seems to be amazing. I would not be surprised if he was coach of the year candidate. But you just have a bad roster. But the future is looking very bright with that coach, so I will give you that. Number 26, we have the Vikings. They are going to be staying the same. The Vikings end up winning their first game of the season, 21-13, to the Panthers. Congrats, Vikings. But I wasn't really surprised. I thought you were going to not only win that game, but dominate, so much so to the point where I had you as my lock of the week. And man, you had me so nervous in that game. I was like, are they really going to lose this game to the Panthers? You pulled through, so thank you. But man, you gave me a scare. On the bad side for you guys, though, I do think you guys are going to just go right back to your losing ways. Number 25, I have the Bengals. They're going to be going down. The biggest gap we have this week, it might honestly be the whole season. No, the Jets have that with plus 14. Ooh, that turned out bad. But the Bengals, 27-3, something like that, 24-3. 27-3. This was an interesting time, all right? I was at a celebration of life during this game. Of course, I watched it because my family's Bengals fans, so they, of course, brought a TV and everyone was watching it. And boy, was it bad for you guys. It's so much so to the point where I have lost hope in you. You made it all the way to the championship game for 2 years in a row now. And yeah, I'm done with having hope in you guys that you're going to turn around. There's still a chance you manage to do so, and you have the Cardinals actually, so this is your chance to bounce back. But man, you're going to have to do something soon, or else I'm completely out. 24, we got the Commanders going down a spot. Great job, Commanders, honestly. You did way more than I thought you could. You took the Philadelphia Eagles to overtime. Granted, you did end up losing, but you took them to overtime. This is a reigning NFC champ, one of two teams still undefeated, and you took them all the way to overtime. That's about it. I can't really hype this team up anymore. Congrats. You did very well. But unfortunately, you didn't win. Unfortunately, I do still am not a believer in Sam Howell. At number 23, we got the Jets going down 4 spots. This seems a little unfair, right? Because and maybe you don't, but I think a majority of NFL fans believe, myself included, that the NFL rigged that game because they are trying to make the maximum profit off of the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift situation. And we know it, man. The NFL's Twitter, their header, whatever you want to call that thing, Taylor Swift. Their Instagram before they literally were forced to change it had Swifties in it. The NFL is just milking this to the point where I feel like they're going to have a decrease in fans because people are tired of hearing this. And it's only been 2 weeks. Jets, you played your hearts out. There were BS penalties, BS everything. You did amazing. But you fell short, and I'm unfortunately just not believing in you. So that's why I'm making you go down such a big margin, even though you kept it close with one of the best teams in the league. 22, we have the Patriots. They're going to be going down 5 spots. They're 1-3. By the way, we'll get back to the Taylor Swift stuff and the Chiefs when we get to them, because it feels more appropriate to talk about that stuff when we're with them. Patriots, 38-3. Great job, man. You guys suck. I was like, oh, they're going to lose. I mean, it's the Cowboys, right? There's no shot the Patriots beat the Cowboys. But I'm really excited to watch this game because I think this is going to be a very close game. I think the Patriots are going to keep it close. Hell, I'm risking my job that I've had for just not even a week yet to watch the game on my phone. Granted, we're allowed to have our phones, which is very nice, but, obviously, can't neglect customers. And obviously, it's not a good look at the customers see you. Just kind of be careful when you use it. And man, was I wrong. Luckily, I was watching, other games as well because I have Sunday Ticket and NFL Plus, which is, a very nice combo to have. Patriots do suck. I honestly wouldn't be surprised come week 5. I don't even know if you're playing anyone or you're on a bye week. You're playing the Saints. I would not be surprised if you put Bailey Zappi in. I think Mac Jones is done. I think there's a very good possibility he gets traded at the deadline for a team who could potentially use him. If not the deadline, I think the offseason definitely. Whether it's traded or cut. 21, staying the same with the Falcons. I told you this team was a fake. People thought this team was going to be so good. Blah, blah, blah. Granted, Bijan looked amazing. There's no doubting that. Even though you lost, you looked amazing. But you went into London, you got your ass kicked in front of not only the U.S., but the entire UK. That's how bad it is that multiple countries got to watch your ass get kicked. And not only just in standard TV form as well, but they had the option to watch you get your ass kicked in Toy Story form. That's how bad it was. You guys need to figure it out, man. I believe in everyone but Desmond Ridder. I love him. I mean, he went to my hometown college, Cincinnati. Even though I'm not a Cincinnati fan, I'm an Ohio State fan. I still love the guy. But, man, your, expectations were set so low. And you are failing to even achieve that. Number 20, we got the Berg. The Steelers, they're going to be going down 5 spots. I don't know what to do with this team, man. I was like, okay, I've expected this game as well. Texans, they're going to upset them. It's going to be a very entertaining game. It's going to be a close kind of back and forth. There's going to be kind of those moments where it's going to be like, one team scores, the other team scores, score. And then there's going to be moments where it's like punt, field goal, punt, field goal, punt, interception type stuff. But no, it was domination. 30-6. Come on, Steelers. I love Mike Tomlin in a sense that I want him to keep with this coaching streak of winning seasons or 500 season. Don't disappoint now. Number 19, we got the Texans. They're going to be jumping up a staggering 6 spots. We just talked about them. 36. I was wrong about this team. All right, I thought this was going to be one of the worst teams in the league. CJ Stroud, as much as I love him, was not expecting him to be this good out the get-go. I wasn't even expecting him to be really good because, the Ohio State quarterback curse has never been, good to anyone. And yet here he is proving everyone wrong. Probably the front runner for Rookie of the Year. So I'm very hyped about that. And yeah, I'm rooting for you, Texans. I really am. 18, we got the Colts. I mean, staying the same, even though you lost. You were down 23-0 or something, 23-7, and you managed to come all the way back. Granted, you did end up losing. Sorry about the sirens, but gotta respect that. Anyway, you took it to overtime. You came back, which was more than I expected. I expected the Rams to actually blow you out, to be completely honest, but you kept it close. So great job. I'm super hype about this team. 17, we got the Saints. They're going to be going down one spot. This team is it's unfair for me to say anything. Derek Carr was playing while injured. So that in itself is a good job to him. But other than that team looked bad. Kamara obviously did his thing. 13 receiving, or 13 catches, which, that's amazing. So yeah, that obviously is a bright spot, but you guys got to figure it out. I, once again, believe in you guys. You've lost 2 in a row. I think you guys should, and I stood by this, should win the NFC South with ease, and yet here you are. Tied for second, maybe even third due to point differential and stuff. In division. Come on, Saints, turn it around. At number 16, we got the Rams up 8 spots. This team deserves it, man. This team is giving it everything it's got. They're playing a very tough defense in the Bengals. They kept it close. Granted, that Bengals defense hasn't looked amazing. They end up surprising people with the Seahawks win. They kept it close with the 49ers, who are 1-2 undefeated teams still. And then they go out and dominate the Colts, almost choking it, but they hold on. This Ram team needs to get more credit than it is getting. I am hype about this team. I think they can do a lot of things with it. Let's go, Rams. Why? Because I just feel like the NFC is a very unlikable conference right now. I mean, you look at all the teams who are doing good. You got the Lions, who everyone's supporting, no question about it. You got the Cowboys and the Eagles, who everyone hates because, well, their fan bases suck. The only bright spots are Jason Kelce. He's such a likable guy. And the Cowboys, I don't even know if they really have one. And then you got the 49ers. I feel like everyone's just tired of the 49ers constantly winning. And that's kind of it. All the other teams, people are not really caring about. So I want to show more love to this Rams team. At number 15, we got the Titans. They're going to be going up 5 spots. They deserve it after that dominant win over the Bengals. Derrick Henry, thank you. I had him as my running back in fantasy. He went off. So thank you for helping me get that win. And I feel like you have a very good chance of winning the AFC South because, well, everyone's 2-2. No one really knows with that division. I feel like that's going to be how it is for a few years because every team's kind of in the same situation. You got young quarterbacks. Titans have Ryan Tannehill at the moment, but he's on the last year's deal. And then you got Malik Willis and Will Levis. So who knows about that? And then those teams have those strong spots and those weak spots. There's not much of a balance. Titans, for example, look at their running back. Look at their D-line. I'd say that's their top spots. On the other hand, their receivers aren't great. And their corners are amazing, but at the same time, you don't really need to worry about the corners and receivers when you got a great running back and your D-line's constantly getting pressure on the quarterback. At number 14, we got the Packers going down 2 spots. This game was horrific, man. I, as a Packers fan, had to endure through it. It was bad. I like the fight you gave in the second half, and that gives me signs of, confidence, but that's the issue with Green Bay, and they have shown that kind of every game so far this season. They don't either put your foot on the gas the whole way or just don't do it at all. I don't like being in this situation where I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I should feel confident or if I should be okay, this team sucks. Because this team has done everything. It's had dominant quarters, and it's had some of the worst quarters we've seen out of every NFL team so far. I feel like you got to find the balance between that. And then obviously improve off of it, because the balance will be middle of the pack for both. And once you can kind of find that balance, I feel like this is when the team's going to kind of go in the right direction. You can't just afford to, have one good half, one bad half, and win these close games or lose these close games. Look at the, here. The Bears game will start out horrible first half, amazing second half. Falcons game, amazing first half, great third quarter, but horrific fourth quarter. Look at the Saints game. Horrible first half, amazing second half. Well, 3 quarters and then amazing fourth quarter. Look at the Lions game. Horrible first half, amazing second half. You gotta find that balance, man. Number 13, we got the Buccaneers up 9 spots. I am starting to buy into this team's hype. I was originally like, oh, they're fluking, they aren't as good as people are making them out to be, blah, 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 blah. Boy, was I wrong. Potentially. And I feel like this win against the Saints, granted the Saints were kind of injured and, had some guys returning, but that doesn't matter because it wasn't like you kept it close, you dominated. I'm proud of, and excited of what I see from this team. I'm excited to see the Baker Mayfield resurgence that he's having because I'm a big Baker fan. I'm hoping for the best from him. I think you have a bye week this week because I don't see you on the list, so enjoy the bye if you do. Number 12, we got the Jaguars. They're going to be going nowhere. Actually, going up a spot. Great bounce back win after a horrific, kind of 2-week stretch. I still believe in you guys. It's just shaky at the moment because I don't know how to feel. In my head or in my heart, I am this team is amazing. But in my my head, it's but they're not amazing. They just look like a middle of the pack team. I'm really rooting for Jaguars. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of everything. Heck, and you have no way of knowing this, but I have a signed Travis Etienne Jr. Clemson jersey. I'm a big fan of him. So that's the big reason why I'm rooting for you guys. I'm a huge fan of that college team, and I'm Travis. I'm rooting for him. 11, we have the Browns going down a few spots. DTR was a preseason hero. Looks like did not do very well in his first actual start, but it's okay. All right, this Browns team still looks electric. I have a high feeling that they're going to bounce back once Deshaun Watson is healthy, not just playing. I mean healthy. So yeah, not much to really say about this team. Number 10, we got the Chargers going up a spot. This team is doing exactly what I thought it would once they went 0-2. They're bouncing back. And the big thing is I'm in a situation where I'm rooting for the Chargers to suck. Because I want Brandon Staley fired. I, once again, love this Chargers team. I'd say probably, honestly, top 3 running back, maybe even my favorite, is Austin Eckler. He hasn't even played. But I want this team to do bad because I know Brandon Staley isn't it. I've expressed it. He's Zach Taylor. He's a bad coach with a good team. And that's always going to be probably, playoffs, but never really getting to the big game. Obviously, Zach Taylor's done that, but I mean, we've seen it. He sucks. So please, Chargers, either Brandon Staley turn into a genius, or Chargers suck and fire him, or do the same thing you did last year, but fire him this time. Number 9, we got the Hawks that are in the C. They're going to be staying the same. A dominant win over the Giants. This team, I'm buying the hype for. I used to hate this team, but that was with Russ, so now I'm really rooting for them. So, go on. Number 8, we got the Ravens. They're going to be going up 2 spots. This team looks amazing, man. I mean, they have been battling. And I don't mean I mean battling. They're giving it everything they got with the injuries they have, and they're working with it. Great job, Ravens. I'm a huge fan of you guys. Huge fan of Lamar. So that kind of works out. So I'm rooting for you. 7, we got the Finns. They're going to be going down 4 spots. You don't get to lose that game and not get punishment. Granted, no one, and I don't think, at least, anyone thought you were going to win. But man, I thought you were going to keep it close. 48-20 is not a great score. You got to work on that definitely. I still believe in you guys. Just got to find, something. Number 6, we got the boys. They're going to be going up a spot. All around, very good game by them. They played probably as perfect as they could have, honestly. Only allowing a field goal. This Cowboys team has done amazing. They have won so far. Every game they have won has been by 20 points or more. That's 3 scores. They've won every game by 3 scores. They have like a point differential of like 85, 90 or something. That's amazing. Number 5, we got the Chiefs. They're going to be staying the same. You guys did not deserve to win that game. I will stand by that. The game was rigged because they're trying to milk the money they're getting from Taylor Swift. Nothing wrong with them. It's just why, and I might get killed over this, but man, the Swifties are like so dedicated. I respect the dedication. But stick to your stuff, please. I understand you wanted to learn the NFL, but just because Taylor Swift's getting involved with the NFL, I'm not listening to her music. I stand by this. I think she's the most overrated artist right now because of the massive support she's getting compared to what she's produced and producing. I just don't see the hype. Her songs are fine, but like they're not like, stuff I'd like listen to in a playlist type thing. Listen, NFL, I respect it. Money's money. I respect it. But you're a professional sports league, and that's where it's like drawing the line. Is you're taking money from people to produce that. And granted, it's only one game, but we know how it's going to go. The Chiefs are going to win like another 10 in a row at least. Either that or until the Taylor Swift hype dies down. You showed Taylor Swift like 12 times during that game. Taylor Swift isn't a player, but she's just a fan. You showed her a lot. You showed her more than the fucking quarterback who gave his all for this team, took a pay cut so they could sign so many players who got injured 4 plays into his season. You showed him more or less, I should say. That's unbelievable that you're giving more love to a musician than one of your own players. Number 4 is the Bills. They're going to go up 2 spots. This was a great game by the Bills. They've done everything they could have. It sucks with Trey White, but that's just Trey White. Unfortunately, he's always injury prone. And that's what sucks, man. I feel like all the great players who everyone loves is always injury prone. Like, who's a perfect example? Christian McCaffrey. Everyone loves him because, he's Christian McCaffrey. He's not so. People either love or hate great players because of how good they are. Like, for example, I am not a big fan of Justin Jefferson as a Vikings because he's on the Vikings. If he went to a different team, I would love him. I was not a fan of Brady because of, what he did. He always, was so good. I wish, other teams got the spotlight a bit. But this is kind of Trey White. He's such a great player. Everyone likes him because he's, so good, but he never plays. I feel like people in the AFC East will even like him. Number 3, we got the Lions. They're going up 1 spot. I forgot to write down. Dominant win. That's all there is to say. This team played amazing. Dave Montgomery looks amazing. I don't know why you drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm hype about this team because they're Lions. I'm obviously rooting for them for this year because I want them to win their playoff game, and then I'm going to go to hating them. That's how it's going to be. All right, until the Lions win a playoff game, I'm going to support them. Once they win that playoff game, I'm hating them because I just want the Lions fans to have something to root for. And, yeah. Number 2, 49ers. They're going to be going... Number 2 is the Eagles. Number 1 is the 49ers. Sorry, I forgot to switch that around. I mean, both of these teams have done everything they possibly could. They're the 2 undefeated teams for a reason. It just comes down to, I feel like the 49ers are playing better football. The Eagles allowed a very close game to the to the Cardinals, the Commanders. Meanwhile, the 49ers pretty much dominated against that Cardinals team. That's what it comes down to. That's why I have the 49ers at 1. That's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time with predictions. And I'll give you a little heads up. This is going to be an interesting predictions next one. Bye. Hope you enjoyed.